The Constitution and the Bill of Rights are not self-enforcing documents. They are fighting instruments, and their benefits can be retained only by sustained courtroom combat. Some misinterpret Bond v. U.S. to support fringe theories, but its real significance cuts deeper. In the end, every successful challenge to government overreach, whether by saint or sinner, reinforces the boundaries that keep state power in check. This case presents the question whether a law enforcement officer's physical manipulation of a bus passenger's carry-on luggage violated the Fourth Amendment's prescription against unreasonable searches. We hold that it did. Petitioner was a passenger on a Greyhound bus that left California bound for Little Rock, Arkansas. The bus stopped, as it was required to do, at the Permanent Border Patrol checkpoint in Sierra Blanca, Texas. A Border Patrol agent boarded the bus to check the immigration status of its passengers. After reaching the back of the bus, having satisfied himself that the passengers were lawfully in the United States, the agent began walking toward the front. Along the way, he squeezed the soft luggage which passengers had placed in the overhead storage space above the seats. Petitioner was seated 4 or 5 rows from the back of the bus. As the agent inspected the luggage in the compartment above Petitioner's seat, he squeezed a green canvas bag and noticed that it contained a brick-like object. Petitioner admitted that the bag was his and agreed to allow the agent to open it. Upon opening the bag, the agent discovered a brick of a controlled substance. The brick had been wrapped in duct tape until it was oval-shaped and then rolled in a pair of pants. Petitioner was indicted for conspiracy to possess and possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance in violation of federal law. He moved to suppress the evidence, arguing that the agent conducted an illegal search of his bag. Petitioner's motion was denied, and the district court found him guilty on both counts and sentenced him to 57 months in prison. On appeal, he conceded that other passengers had access to his bag, but contended that the agent manipulated the bag in a way that other passengers would not. The Court of Appeals rejected this argument, stating that the fact that the agent's manipulation of Petitioner's bag was calculated to detect contraband is irrelevant for Fourth Amendment purposes. Thus, the Court of Appeals affirmed the denial of the motion to suppress, holding that the agent's manipulation of the bag was not a search within the meaning of the Fourth Amendment. We granted certiorari, and now reverse. The Fourth Amendment provides that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. A traveler's personal luggage is clearly in effect protected by the amendment. Indeed, it is undisputed here that Petitioner possessed a privacy interest in his bag. Our Fourth Amendment analysis embraces 2 questions. First, we ask whether the individual, by his conduct, has exhibited an actual expectation of privacy. That is, whether he has shown that he sought to preserve something as private. Here, Petitioner sought to preserve privacy by using an opaque bag and placing that bag directly above his seat. Second, we inquire whether the individual's expectation of privacy is one that society is prepared to recognize as reasonable. When a bus passenger places a bag in an overhead bin, he expects that other passengers or bus employees may move it for one reason or another. Thus, a bus passenger clearly expects that his bag may be handled. He does not expect that other passengers or bus employees will, as a matter of course, feel the bag in an exploratory manner. But this is exactly what the agent did here. We therefore hold that the agent's physical manipulation of Petitioner's bag violated the Fourth Amendment. The judgment of the Court of Appeals is reversed. The U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Bond v. United States reveals a profound truth that challenges preconceptions about justice. Even when Bond was caught transporting controlled substances, his case affirmed vital constitutional principles about government overreach. Some misinterpret this case to support fringe theories, but its real significance cuts deeper. When someone accused of a crime fights for proper procedure, they strengthen the foundations of liberty for all Americans. The fact that evidence was thrown out because the government failed to follow the law shows that constitutional protections aren't reserved for perfect citizens. They exist precisely to ensure that everyone is protected from unchecked government power. This case proves that meaningful change comes not from rejecting the legal system, but from mastering it. Those who invest in understanding law become guardians of due process, establishing precedents that protect all of us, the innocent and accused alike. In the end, every successful challenge to government overreach, whether by saint or sinner, reinforces the boundaries that keep state power in check. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Almighty require of thee, but to do justice, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God.